Hello, hello. Morgan Freeman here to tell you about the digestive health benefits of Kellogg's All-Bran Bran Flakes in another episode of Perfidious Pete Plays XCOM 2. Let me begin with a question, ladies and gentlemen. In these dark times of trouble, unrest, and uncertainty, as the world struggles to balance the demands and conflicts of globalization with the increasingly laser-sharp focus of a media-obsessed culture, isn't it best sometimes to simply get back to basics? To the simplicity of a time when mankind's primary concerns were little more than food, shelter, and water. Nothing more ambitious than the pleasure of a good meal with good company, followed by a good, healthy bowel movement. And now, thanks to my friends at Kellogg's, the manufacturers of all-bran bran flakes, that feeling of a pleasing morning bowel movement is easier than ever to achieve. By simply starting your day with a single bowl of Kellogg's All-Bran Bran Flakes, you'll have gotten more than 40% of your daily recommended intake of dietary fiber. And we all know what that means, folks. Thick, hearty, satisfying bowel movements. The kind that will have you gazing into the toilet when you've finished and saying to yourself, "That's right, look at that big sumbitch right there. Beautiful. Solid and smooth as a California redwood. Why, Pete, I'm sorry. To hell with this. I'll be damned if I read another sentence of this ridiculous tripe. I asked for a Wheaties sponsorship, damn it. I want my face on the box of the breakfast of champions, and instead, you bring me a cereal whose chief positive attribute is that it make you shoo shit like a goose on Christmas Eve. I've had it. That's it. I'm done, Pete. If you need me, I'll be in the barracks oiling my gun. And no, that wasn't a euphemism for masturbation, although perhaps I may do a little bit of that as well. Bran flakes is the best I can do. Maybe I need to self-satisfy to help stroke my ego a bit. And that, Pete, was a masturbation reference. Alright, well, whatever you gotta do, Morgan Freeman. Sorry, hey, I went to the Wheaties people, and they'd be like, no, sorry, we like athletes. We're gonna put Michael Phelps on the next box. And Morgan Freeman, when's the last time he won a gold medal? It was a tough conversation, because you never had one, Morgan. I don't know what to tell him. Service Depot, 3 days for supplies. We don't really need supplies at the moment. We have like 1,000 supplies that we currently are not using. So what should we do instead of that? I think we just go back to continuing making contact here in Western Asia. I really want to pick up Armed to the Teeth. We also do need to make the rounds at some point. When the month flips over to December, we're going to want to hit the black market again and probably head back to XCOM HQ. We are still short one Grenadier. I'm looking for a replacement for Sigourney Boom Boom Weaver. I mean, we'll never fill the hole that she's left in our hearts, but we can perhaps fill the hole that she left in our roster. Sectopod breakdown is complete. That's fantastic. That's going to give us Gremlin Mark III. With the technological advantages I'm giving you here, Sylvester Stallone, I gotta wonder what University of Phoenix is actually contributing to the project. At this point, Mark III Gremlins, they basically hack themselves. They hack for you. Oh, well, you never hit the execute button without University of Phoenix online telling you where it's at. And unlike Morgan Freeman, who's ashamed of the whole Bran Flakes thing, Sylvester Stallone would just like to say, I appreciate a good, hearty, thick, rich, veiny bowel movement every morning, and if the Bran Flakes people want to approach Sylvester Stallone, I'd love to tell the world about the positive digestive health benefits of their fine product. Okay, I suppose we can let them know. Getting a little tired of the University of Phoenix. Bran Flakes might be a nice change of pace. We also need to change our pace a little bit here in the research department. Alien data cache, don't care. Gatekeeper autopsy. Berserker autopsy is like one of the least useful autopsies in the game. I honestly don't think in any campaign I have ever played of XCOM that I have built one of the Berserker breakdown things. Chrysalid autopsy, I think, gives us Hellweave, which I don't really give a shit about. Archon Autopsy is a little interesting, but probably the Gatekeeper is going to have the most immediate positive benefits. Plus, Dr. Tigan was looking a little heartbroken when he cracked open that sectopod and didn't find his toy surprise inside. We got this big pulsing orifice, a blob of goop in here. I got to assume there's going to be something pleasing inside that for Dr. Tigan once he starts digging around in there. So, yeah, I'll just leave you to it, Doc. See, he looks happier already. Look at that. Got a smile, a little bit of a half smirk going there. Also, half of a chub working downstairs. Dr. Tigan's having a good day. Probably started it off with a bowl of bran flakes, didn't you, Dr. Tigan? Had a good hearty BM in the morning to just sort of, drop a load and start your day light and refreshed. So here we go. Let's see what celebrity we sent to wow these potential recruits into joining the project. Who did we send to really impress them? XCOM's greatest killer, Morgan Freeman, and Wheaties spokesman? Bran Flakes, Pete. Oh, sorry, right, Morgan. Bran Flakes spoke. No, we just sent some no-name jackass. How come we can't send? It really seems like we should have one of our, higher strength troopers should be the person making contact there. Vigilio, Confidio, yeah, 40 supplies, okay. Are we armed to the teeth yet? We are not. Can we make contact in New India? Yes, let's go do that. 6 to 8 days, 180 intel. I mean, we have more than 180 intel. Way, way more, but I really feel like we should build... Well, this radio beacon actually is not going to reduce the cost of that. So where do we want to build the beacon? How much does it cost to make contact here? Probably, how much would it be? 240. And that's coming from New Chile? It's going to be really expensive to make contact here too, right? 160. Honestly, I feel like Eastern Asia would be the better place for us to make the beacon, and we do need a beacon in order to get our continent. Yeah, we're going to do this. This will save us some intel. Pete, you have so much intel. Why are you agonizing over this decision? You're right to question it. We probably really shouldn't care because it doesn't ultimately make a difference. We have 640 intel after we just blew a bunch. It's not like we're going to run out, but this is still the most efficient. We want to try and do things in the most efficient way possible, whenever possible. One super suit has been added to the inventory. Serpent armor can be reinforced with Illyrium. Well, let's go ahead and do that then. I'm on my way, Lily. Build the suit of ridiculousness for us. Also, Proving Grounds project. Let's get an experimental powered weapon working here. This takes one of our Illyrium cores and 100 supplies. We got plenty of Illyrium cores, though. And this will finish instantly. Shredstorm cannon, pretty good. Let's do another one. Plasma blaster, less good. How about a blaster launcher, though? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. All right, so we got one blaster launcher. That's delightful. Experimental armor. Oh, no, I don't care about experimental armor whatsoever. Experimental ammo, experimental grenades. I feel like we've got that fully covered. We already have a war suit, which we didn't even wear last episode. Let's do one more powered weapon. Blaster launcher? I'd say let's do one more, but no, we're down to 400 supplies. We've really blown through a lot. At the top of the month, we're going to we'll re-energize our stock of supplies, so it's not really that big of a problem. We do need to go build the Serpent Suit upgrade, however. Rage Armor. Instant build you. And we should instant build the Rage Armor. This upgrades the Rage Armor and the Serpent Armor to effectively Warden Armor, which the Icarus Armor starts at. Reinforced Frame, don't care. Nanoscale Vest, don't care. Anodized Chassis, again, don't care. Don't have a Spark Unit, don't really need it. Don't really need it, don't really want it, don't really give a shit about it. So what you're saying, Pete, is those armors are the bran flakes of your day. Alright, Morgan Freeman's real salty about the fact that we couldn't get him on the box of Wheaties. But hey, what's wrong with being on a bran flakes box, man? Digestive health is important to everybody over the age of roughly, 45. Morgan Freeman, you got a huge target audience here. So there's an extra 640 supplies to replace what we just lost. Avatar progress did increase by 1, but we did 1 guerrilla op, destroyed 1 alien facility, contacted 1 region, investigated 3 rumors, and reduced the Avatar progress by 3. New staff's available at Resistance HQ. Let's hope Colonel Emma Smits, not to be confused with Mrs. Jimmy Smits, is a grenadier. We really need a grenadier here. Roll checkpoints, don't care. Vigilance, don't care. Hidden event is what? Alien Cipher. That we will care about, and probably that's the one that we will thwart. We spent 30 intel on that. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. Let's go investigate this. We'll pick up our supplies. As soon as that's done, we head to the black market. We are still waiting for Dane Judi Dench's retraining to complete as well, so burning off a few days would not necessarily be a problem. Pick up the old supplies here. And we're good. Let's fly back to Resistance HQ, check on the old staffing options. We are still looking, of course, for I need a new Boom Boom Weaver. What do we got? Don't care about rapid construction. We got Colonel Emma Smits as a gunner. Dr. Daniela Rodriguez, scientist. Now we're good on the scientist, though. Thanks. I appreciate the offer. Let's head to the black market and see if maybe we've got a grenadier up here. One grenadier is not enough. We need a backup for when Papa Bear Eastwood has his orangutan go batshit crazy and Clyde starts punching him in the throat a bunch. Get rid of some stun lancers. I'm hanging on to the gatekeeper shell, thanks. Alien alloys. Let's get rid of... I don't know. Is there like a faster way to do this? Can we shift click this maybe? Nope. It's one click at a time, baby. Let's go down to like 400. I don't expect we're ever going to use these. We're picking up alloy and Illyrium from every single alien that we kill. And I've said it once, and I'll probably say it again a couple dozen times before this campaign is over, but it does really feel like maybe the scavenger perk that you get from the leader sector is a little too powerful. Drone Rex, Sectoid Corpse, Illyrium cores ain't going anywhere. We're going to need all of those. Viper corpses, though, probably got plenty of those. Advent Mechs, no real need for those. Mutons, we go down to 10. Shield Bearers, Turret Rex, Superior Auto Loaders. We are about to get armed to the teeth, but the question I have to ask myself is, are we ever going to use 4 auto loaders? I don't really feel like we are, but then again, we also don't really need the money. Combat Awareness. 15 defense and 15 defense is something to consider. This laser sight in stock is never getting used, so we might as well get rid of that. Superior hair trigger. This advanced hair trigger also probably... You know, we may still use that, but this combat awareness, this is intriguing. 15 defense would make somebody really, really hard to hit. Oh, it only gives you 15% defense when you're on Overwatch. No, that's junk then. If it gave you a bonus 15 to hit while Overwatch, I would install that bad boy in a heartbeat. But bonus defense while Overwatching is actually not especially useful. Let's see what's available for sale here. We have a bunch of intel. There's our Grenadier, Tariq Mufadal. Clearly, we've got, you know, one of Hollywood's elite royalty there, just doing a little surprise. Superior hair trigger. Superior expanded magazine. Those we cannot have enough of. The superior hair trigger is a little more questionable to buy, but I'm going to pick it up. At this point, I want to pick up any kind of superior weapon mod anytime I can. Damage control. I really wish it told you what this did. Damage control, I believe... That's the one I think we have in Clint Eastwood, and I'm not really interested in that. So let's back off. We burned some intel, but we picked up some much-needed supplies. Back to, we could check... We have 1,000 supplies. Do we really need to check out this service depot? You know, we may as well do this while we still have the scanning bonus, I suppose. I don't think the scanning bonus helps us in the making contact. Whether we're making contact or whether we're installing a radio beacon, I don't think the scanning speed bonus applies to that, but it will apply to this. We can knock this out in just 3 days. And Dane Judi Dench may be back online shortly. All right, 93 supplies. I mean, it's not great, but it's something. Back to building the old radio relay. Hey, it's December 4th, guys. 21 shopping days till Christmas. What do you plan on getting everyone?
Well, Pete, I was thinking about maybe giving everybody an introductory course for free at University of Phoenix Online. It's a great program, opens up a lot of good opportunities for you. Maybe you could find a new career in computer technician repair, or perhaps as a gas station attendant.
Pete, am planning on giving everyone a bowl of fucking bran flakes because all y'all can go straight to hell. Man, we got some bitter endorsements going on down here. Alien Psi Amp is available. I suppose we might as well go ahead and build that. We don't even have a chamber to train a Psi Trooper yet, but there's no real drawback into doing this. And driving on Autopsy Arton. Let's do the Archon autopsy.
Product of an extensive
I don't even
mixture
actually
of
remember what we get out of
alien
this.
biological materials and advanced mechanical support systems. The Archon is an unusually ornate.
But the real
design
question
by
is,
alien
Dr. Tigan, can he pull off some
With
kind
an
of
era
ridiculous
authority
transformation
spurred
into
by
a
its
giant
distinctive
Mechazord
appearance,
robot
we
a
only
la
assume the aliens in
Power
some
Rangers
way
meets the
something of a
Transformers
herald
from Gods of
to the other
Egypt? Can he
forces.
do that? No? Alright, well, I mean, that movie sucked anyway, I suppose. Probably would be best to not emulate it. Let's head down to the armory. View soldiers. Oh, right, we got 2 days then for Dane Judi Dench. We'll get to Rhino Mufadal here. Is he higher ranked than Clint Eastwood? He's a colonel and Clint Eastwood is only a major. Good God, we recruited somebody that's better than the pop. Clint Eastwood, you've been a monumental disappointment. You're the outlaw Josie Wales, dog, and you let some jumped up newbie come in here and steal your thunder? It's just sad, bro. It's just sad. So I don't want any of these things. Weapons, this is what I'm looking for. Mark III Gremlin, yes, please. Delirium Phase Cannon, don't care. Plasma Boltcaster, don't care. Magnetic Boltcaster, Alien Psyamp. We need 2 Gatekeeper shells. Wow, we actually have to kill and recover another Gatekeeper before we can build that. All right, well, let's get back to scanning then, see if maybe we can track down one of those little orbit dudes and let Dr. Tigan rip him apart and probe his various holes. New ability, Area Suppression for Major Judi Pepper Dench. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get Judi Dench re-promoted here. Shredder, I mean, this is a non-negotiable ability. You cannot have a gunner who does not have Shredder. It's just, you have to have it. There may as well be no other abilities on this top tier. You are always taking Shredder. Demolition is the shittiest ability in the game. It may as well not even exist. Will to Survive is interesting, but it's not as good as Lock On. Chain Shot, it's fantastic. Walk Fire, not for a gunner. They already have one ability that gives you auto hits. Why would you be concerned about taking a half damage shot for that same ability? It's not on a cooldown, but when do you need to do 6 damage to a guy? Cool Under Pressure is okay, but Chain Shot is just so much better. Hail of Bullets is pretty good. Danger Zone, I mean, in theory, if every alien didn't have lightning reflexes, it'd be pretty good. Tactical Sense is reasonable ability, but none of those compare to Hail of Bullets. Just a guaranteed kill. It burns a lot of ammo, but it's still a guaranteed kill. Lockdown, we learned our lesson on that one. Resilience is pretty good, but it's nowhere near as good as Traverse Fire, which is effectively salvo for bullets. Salvo applies to grenades, but salvos, you can't fire a salvo of bullets. You know, those things that are typically fired in salvos. Hey, I didn't name the ability. I'm just the guy who notices the linguistic peccadillos of the way that they got named. You can't pin that on me, man. I'm not the Long War Studios employee. Alright, Retaliation Mission then. This should not be much of an issue. Retaliation Mission's Operation Bleeding Prophecy. What do we got? A Berserker. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Super Heavy Mech. I don't think we've seen one of those ever. Scroll that back to the top, please. I need another look at this. So we got a Berserker, Sidewinder Serpents, a Super Heavy Mech, an Advent Heavy Rocketeer, a Gatekeeper, chance to pick up that shell, maybe? Elite Lancer, an Andromedon, and an Archon. Not the end of the world. This should be handleable. One nice thing I did see that was not on that list were chrysalids. No chrysalids on this mission. That's good. That means no Hive Queens, no chrysalid soldiers. Those things kind of terrify me a little bit because they typically come together, and between the two of them, they got a lot of health. Normally, I'm dismissive of high-health, single-target enemies, but those things are ridiculously fast, and they hit really, really hard. So we got probes a lot is good. Do we need to change up the paradigm any from previous mission? I see Mufadal in there. Yeah, I see you trying to sneak in there, newbie, as a not celebrity. Get out of here till we figure out who you actually are. Trying to come in here playing your character. This is like a Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder kind of thing he's trying to pull off here. Oh, no, I'm totally in character. I'm so method that I never break character. Knock it off. So we got the Papa Bear, Demi, Bruce Willis, Shatner, Harrison Ford, Stallone. Ordinarily, we'd take Dane Judi Dench on this mission, but I'm thinking maybe this is a good opportunity for Jamie Lee Curtis. Or is it? Wouldn't we be better off to just take Judi Dench? She's so much more devastating. Yeah, it's fine. Let's just take Judi Dench. She's so much more devastating. Also, we don't have to tweak with any of her equipment because her equipment is already sort of sorted, although I do have to do a bad thing here to Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, I'd like to apologize in advance for what I'm about to do to you. I do not feel good about it. I really don't.
I'm not entirely sure how much of this armor is new material.
Frankly, I'm embarrassed for both of us.
Right out of the Viper itself. We haven't exactly tested it either, so good luck out there.
Yeah, good luck, Bruce Willis. This is gonna make Bruce Willis unspeakably fast, though. Look at his mobility. 16 plus 5, and he's got a free move with a grapple. If there's something up high that he can reach, his speed is off the chain, though. Do we want to give you ammo? We haven't even been using the ammo that you have. I mean, we've been giving you blue screen rounds. We haven't really used this flashbang much either. I think we'll stick with the flashbang. That's fine. And we do have a war suit I'm looking to equip as well. Who should be rocking the war suit? I'm feeling like maybe that's a Dane Judi Dench job. This will allow her to get some more explosions in there. Dane Judi, for Queen and Country, I would like you to don your red and blue war suit. That's a good look for you, Dane Judi Dench.
This is as tough and strong as we can make it, with plenty of power for handling heavy weapons.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, my sexy, devilishly destructive beauty. She's a dyed-in-the-wool killer. Look at this. And, like every member of the XCOM concept, just fantastic ass, man. Fantastic. We gotta figure out what kind of, like, gluteus work that our troopers are doing here. Because every single one of them has got a spectacular ass action working. Do we want the blaster launcher on you, or would we rather have it on Morgan Freeman? Seems like it's more likely that you're going to use it. I think we'll give Morgan Freeman a Shred Storm cannon. Also, doesn't our Berserker suit... We could put a heavy weapon on that bad boy, right? Yeah, let's get... here we go. Load out. You got a rocket launcher currently? Nah, we're getting rid of that. Give me that Shred Storm cannon, though. There we go. Shred Storm cannon is very good. High damage, big cone. We could cone twice with this on Morgan Freeman. We could go for the Shred Storm cannon, and then we could also hit him with the trench gun. So Morgan Freeman, well, if we could do that, though, is that kind of what we want to do? We already have trench gun. Maybe the Shred Storm cannon is the wrong pick. Although it is enormous. It's way bigger than trench gun. But maybe we should go for range. You know, I think we should go for like a plasma blaster instead. Ideally, we're just going to have 2 blaster launchers on here because none of these other heavy weapons compare or even come close to the furious killing power of the blaster launcher. But in the meantime, I think we'll go for range over destructive power. Maybe Morgan Freeman can't quite reach out and touch someone he might like to quite reach out and touch because he doesn't have AT&T. He's sticking with Boost Mobile. Yeah, well, you know, Pete... Say what you want about Boost Mobile, but it does allow me to keep in touch with my friend, Andy Dufresne, even though he is in Zihuatanejo. The international calling plans on the old AT&T, yeah, no service to Zihuatanejo. Also, I'm still salty about that whole brand flakes thing, so you know what? I'd kind of appreciate it. You just, maybe didn't talk to me the rest of the episode. Fine, Morgan Freeman. Jeez, be a dick. No wonder your wife left you. Oh, no, that was because I was boning a woman like 30 years her junior. And, by the way, you know, we have an open relationship, Pete, so I'd like to point out that she had lovers, too. It's just, you know, maybe not quite as young as Morgan Freeman likes them. But, hey, at least I, you know, may have been having an extramarital affair with my wife's approval with a woman vastly younger than her, but at least, Pete, I didn't throw a fistful of barbiturates into anybody's drink and fuck them unconscious. I may have fucked a woman unconscious, but, you know, she didn't start out that way. That was the result of the fine, deep dicking that Morgan Freeman gave her. That unconsciousness resulted from exhaustion, not the drugs, Pete. Where's my Bruce Willis? I don't want to talk anymore, by the way, about you fucking women unconscious. I don't really care. Bruce Willis, I need to see the ridiculousness of that. Good God, this thing just looks so monumentally stupid. Did nobody look at the character model for this piece of armor, by the way, before they were just like, yeah, that's good? Did they not actually look at this to see how it looks before they enacted Plan Serpent Suit? I'm genuinely curious here. What are the odds that one of these two is, in fact, a faceless? What are the odds that this move spawns a pod? I'm going to say minimal. This is a big risk we're taking early.
Get out of here.
One of these is a faceless? No. Okay. So we've gone 1 turn already, 2 civilian rescues. That's an excellent start. Rescue 1, rescue 2 right off the bat. Now what we got to do is make sure that none of our subsequent moves here actually will spawn a pod. So we have to be a little conservative. Morgan Freeman, you're fast as shit now too. What with your PCS upgrades? I don't think we do anything fancy. Let's just keep ourselves consolidated in a relatively small area. Concentrate our firepower, concentrate our forces. We kind of want to keep everybody between Morgan Freeman and Bruce Willis if possible. Billy Schatz, let's bring you up in here. And the rest of the team, we're just gonna keep pace. We're gonna form a little phalanx formation here. Nothing fancy. We're already ahead of the game in the civilian rescue department, and on this mission with the caliber of foes that we're facing off against. I don't know what a super heavy mech is, but I don't like the sound of it. And then there was also a couple really threatening foes potentially on this. I think we just go to try and rescue 6. We're not going to try and punch above our weight and rescue them all or anything crazy. I'd really rather prefer to just, play it easy. There's a berserker. Making a move on this guy. One thing we do know, that guy is definitely not a faceless then. That knowledge will likely do us absolutely no good. No, we distracted him! Sylvester Stallone with the miracle save! That guy was about to get punched into a puddle of slop, but Sylvester Stallone has rescued him from certain doom. He distracted the berserker with that shot. The serpent suit has... The serpent suit panicked another one of the serpents and sent that guy running, which is good because Bruce Willis's cover got completely fucked. Alright, so Maricruz Flores just bought the old farm there. But that serpent did tip us off to the location of another pod, and it also activated said pod. Man, this is a lot of enemies that we have activated in this turn then. Another civilian that's making a run for it, so we know that guy's also not a faceless. That dude probably is a faceless as a result of that. We know this guy is not a faceless, but we have so many enemies active on the map right now, I'm not really sure if we can concern ourselves overly with going for the civilian rescues. We may have bigger problems. This Andromedon's going to be a tough nut to crack. Although, if we can crack that nut, we could make him work for us. We still got to do something about this berserker, of course. That shouldn't be a terrifying problem. So I'm thinking first moves here. As odd as this may sound, I think our first move has to go to William Shatner. I think we got to Icarus jump up to the top of this landing. So give me my Icarus ability. Let's Icarus up here to the high point. This does not cost us a move. This is important to note. And now we can take a traverse fire into a chain shot and we can ruin some stuff. Now, I'm not really that worried about it. You've got to be kidding me. You cannot see that Andromedon from here? How is that even fucking possible? I'm sort of furiously salty about that. Okay, well, maybe this problem isn't necessarily insurmountable. Is there a window over here that we can shoot out of? Are you going to be able to see? Yeah, you can see both of them from here. So Papa Bear Eastwood gonna have to do a little heavy lifting for us. Over here, Papa Bear. I'm also a little concerned that that might be a faceless. A little concerned, not hugely concerned. We got to open up line of sight, and I should prefer to not kill that civilian if at all possible. Can we not do that, Clint Eastwood? I don't really feel the need to make that man be dead. Mostly all I want to do is destroy that rock. I'm really looking for you to be a demolition guy in the purest sense of the word. That should open up line of sight then for William Shatner, and that was basically all we were hoping to achieve. Did that man panic? No, he went into a battle frenzy. We do have Icarus armor on the field here, so there's a non-zero chance that that might have resulted in a panic. I'm trying to figure out how best to use... If we chain shot this man. First off, what is our chance to hit going to be on the chain shot? It's guaranteed to hit, but it's not going to get a kill in a single blow. Somebody else would have to come and finish this off. Alternatively, we could chain shot the Archon. Double 85s is respectable. Let's take the opener at the Andromedon and get rid of his armor. That'll do... Okay, that's going to do a truckload of damage, and it shredded his armor. And then with our Traverse Fire, I think we just take the Chain Shot into the Archon. This is going to give us good, solid aggregate damage and potentially generate a kill if we can go back-to-back hits here or get maybe a lucky crit. Low damage on our first shot. How's the second one look? Really good. That guy is in definite death territory. We should have no real problem taking that man out. So, Demimore. If we bring you over here, you could probably rapid fire and kill that Berserker. The only question is, does that potentially spawn another pod? Which would be troublesome. We can get a little bit of extra intel here if we go for the grapple maneuver. And we can just have we can have Bruce Willis grapple over here. This is a freebie, so this costs us nothing. And Bruce is currently no longer concealed anyway. So if he stumbles into another pod, other than the fact that we'll have activated another pod, it's not really a problem. We did not. Potential for some faceless issues. Also the potential that Bruce Willis just kills this dude. If Bruce Willis throws the axe and then fleshes him, how much damage do we get out of that? 12 to 14 plus the axe. That's a lot. What's the axe looking like? 5 to 7. Minimum on this is 17 with a maximum of deadly plus the bonus opportunities for crit. I think Bruce Willis could maybe get the kill here. Oh, beautiful critical Bruce Willis. He's got him down to 12. The Berserker is enraged. I kind of think Bruce has got this shit. What if we have Bruce come over here? 12 to 14. The minimum damage on this is fatal. I mean, we can't not do this. We have to. Get chopped. Oh, you just got ruined, son. You were supposed to be this Colossus, this great legendary thing, and yet Bruce Willis just chopped you into a puddle of dead chunklets. He puddinged you, man. He just turned you into like you're basically blood pudding now. And Bruce Willis is also going to pick up a rescue here, I think. I'm very worried that that guy is a faceless. We almost have to know. Before we take it, yeah, we got to do this. Before we take any subsequent moves, we got a scanning protocol here. We got to know if there are any faceless in our immediate vicinity. Ah, see, I thought that guy might be a face. Yep, it's okay. We identified correctly 2 of these dudes as potential faceless. That scanning protocol actually probably just raised more problems than it solved. Holy fudge! There's a lot of dudes back there. All right, so we got you. Something over here that I cannot readily identify. Looks like at least one pod of Advent. All right, we're in a little bit of a shit pickle scenario here. We got a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes. We need to get away from these faceless as far as possible. We want to be far enough away that they can't even make a charge at us. Oh, this guy is not a faceless? He is not a faceless. We could go over here for the rescue, but that's going to get Bruce spotted. We don't want to do that. We could pick up a rescue here. We could pick up a potential rescue here. This is suicidal, though. That's going to get Bruce Willis, going to get him locked down. I think maybe we just play this one safe and do the straight fallback. Bruce Willis can go rescue any number of these guys on subsequent turns. Excuse me? What the hell is this? We have somehow activated... Okay, our fallback move somehow activated a pod. Well, that's just lovely. Harrison Ford, you can't see anything. Jane Judi Dench has shots from where she's at, and she does have Traverse Fire. She can see the faceless. She can see this side. You know what, Dane Judy? I think maybe you just go ahead and kill the serpent. Just get him. He's kind of a problem up there behind those boxes. You did not kill him. We could Traverse Fire into him. Alternatively, and what I'm really thinking we probably should do is this. I'm just going to go ahead and blaster launcher into this pile of crap. Pete, you don't have a lot of cover here, and your whole team is basically standing in the open. Well, you're not wrong. This is going to do really good damage. Also nets us 2 kills. This guy's going to convert into robot form. Robot form is acceptable. I do have like 75% of a plan, though, on how we're going to dig ourselves out of this hole once we've dug ourselves into it. And we have dug ourselves into a hole, don't get me wrong. So Morgan Freeman, if we have you go for the rage punch scenario here, we can rage punch this dude from this square. I'm fully on board with that. We're taking a freebie. Critical 10 damage. That was beautiful. And so far, nothing that we have done has actually cost us an action. Ah, this is great. We're in, this sounds crazy, but we're actually, I think, in a pretty okay spot. But I'm also looking at the mission timer, and we're getting a little long here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I hate to wrap it up mid-turn, but YouTube's been uploading a little bit slowly lately, and it's taking a little longer. It was like 50-minute episodes have been really kind of chewing up a lot of bandwidth. So I'm going to cut this one short until whatever kink is in that system get worked, you know, has a chance to work itself out. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see the remainder of this massive ass-kicking that we are delivering to these guys, might consider subscribing as well, because, hey, Morgan Freeman is on board, and the guy, what can I say? He's a murderer. You know what? I can't leave it in the middle of Morgan Freeman's turn. He's just too damn good. He's just too damn good. Let's take the rest of Morgan Freeman's turn here. He's already racked up 1 kill this turn. Let's see how many he can do. Can he do 3 in a single turn? I mean, he's going to get a shot at this Faceless. Wait, is the Faceless in the radius? No, he's not. He's not. Almost mucked it. So we're going to get a shot at this Andromedon shell. And this isn't even going to cost us an action here. That's a freebie. It's a beautiful critical. Oh, such good damage. Now the question is, do we want to finish this guy off, or would we rather... You know what? There's no debate here. We finish both of them. Here comes the trench gun.
We have multiple targets down.
And that, Pete, is why Morgan Freeman's ass should be on a goddamn Wheaties box. Right there, Pete. Right there. Y'all go ahead and do your little outro now. I'll be over here behind this rock looking smug as shit. All right, Morgan Freeman, you know what? You earned it. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. And if you'd like to see Morgan Freeman be a bigger, smugger bastard than he already is, might consider subscribing as well. Is it really smugness, though, when you're that damn good? Is it? Is it? I don't know. Maybe smug is not the right word. Maybe he just has a justified sense of self-satisfaction. I kind of feel like it's appropriate. But either way, thanks very much for watching. Morgan Freeman and I will see you again soon. Y'all goddamn right. And we won't be seeing you from the cover of a box of bran flakes.